Alright, so Konami just got done with its little Yu-Gi-Oh! Reveal stream where they showed off a whole bunch of brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Products, one of which was a brand new Duel Link structure deck. And this structure deck is particularly special because they're doing something they've never done before. They're releasing new support for an archetype at the exact same time as the OCG and Master Duel as well. It's going to be in the OCG, in Master Duel, and Duel Links on October 25th. All at the same time, which is really cool. We've had cards in Duel Links that haven't appeared in other formats before, but never had like something like this, where it's releasing a whole bunch of cards at the exact same time as the OCG. It's a really cool thing to do. I love when they give us new cards to test out before any other format or at the same time as other formats, as we don't just have like pre-built notions of what these archetypes do yet. We actually have to experiment with them like when we get them. It's really cool to see this. I like this. So yeah, let's check it out. So it is for the B.E.S archetype. So for those of you not familiar with this archetype, it's not the greatest. It's a bunch of machines that summon themselves to the field and they get tokens put on them, and they don't really have effects currently. So hopefully this new support makes them at least somewhat decent, because currently they're just a bunch of monsters that just sort of can't be destroyed. That's pretty much their only feature, so hopefully this support is insane for them. That's what we're hoping, so let's check it out. So we've got, I think, 3 new cards and a 4th card that is coming somewhere else. 3 from a structure deck and a 4th from we don't know where. So let's start off with the confirmed cards from the structure deck. So B.E.S. Metal Slave. You can use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send up to 5 level 10 or lower B.E.S. with different names from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, then place counters on it equal to the number of cards sent to the graveyard to activate this effect. Okay, that first effect is already bullshit. Sending 5 level 10 monsters straight to the graveyard just from deck, that's okay. So it just summons himself and loads up the graveyard. That is a crazy effect. I don't think the B.S. cards have particularly any insane effects when in grave, as far as I know, unless there's some new in the support here, so I think it's just loading up the grave to potentially special summon some back, or I'm not really sure what the actual effect is, but there's probably some way to abuse this. Anyway, once per chain, quick effect, you can remove 1 counter from this card, then target 2... Was that per chain? Oh no, because he only uses once per... Wait, his first effect? Oh my god, it's 1 per chain! You can remove 1 counter from this card, then target 2 face-up cards on the field, including B.S. monster you control, destroy them. Oh, that is sick. Once per chain? So you get a B.S. on field. Like I said, the B.S. cards, they put tokens on themselves, and they remove tokens whenever they're about to be destroyed, so you can just keep targeting the same monster and it just keeps losing tokens. And this is once per chain. This reminds me very similar to the Ryzeal monster, I think, the Ryzeal Exceed from Master Duel, where it just continuously pops your opponent's cards. I don't remember if that's per chain or not, but essentially it's got 5 pops on it, and this is pretty similar to that, sort of, so that's really cool. Not sure if this is going to be the only sort of big guy yet, but let's check out the next one. B.E.S. Dellinger Core. You can use the first and second phase of this card name once per turn. You can reveal 1 other B.S. monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand, then place 3 counters on it. During the main phase, quick effect, you remove 1 counter from this card, then activate 1 of these effects. Add a Boss Rush, which is not the greatest card, or 1 spell trap that mentions it from deck to your hand, which is a lot better. Special summon 1 level 9 or lower B.S. monster from your graveyard. Okay, so we've already got a card that dumps 5 straight to the graveyard, and then we have a dude that can special summon them back? And he's incredibly easy to special summon to the field. Okay, these two are already looking pretty damn good. A level 10 and a level 11. So keep in mind, they are probably going to be easy. If you can get these on the field easily, you can probably turn them to Xyz monsters or Link monsters, depending on what... If we do get a skill for this deck, depends on what sort of locks we're going to get or whatnot. But if we can spam a bunch of them to the field, we could easily make maybe rank 10s or rank 11s with this, and have just big dudes that just pop a bunch of cards, apparently. Alright, next we have a Boss on Parade. Here activate one card with this card's name per turn. When this card resolves, add 1 B.S. monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field. If you do, special summon 1 light machine monster with 1200 attack and 1000 or less defense from your deck to either field. So the either field is really important, because a lot of the old B.S. cards, they can summon themselves to the field if your opponent has a monster, I believe. So this gives your opponent a monster, so then you could summon them to the field potentially. You banish this card from your graveyard, place one Boss Rush from your deck or graveyard face up on the field. So the Boss Rush card isn't particularly insane. Let me just re-look it up quickly. But I'm pretty sure this card is pretty mid. You cannot normal summon a set. During the end phase of the turn that a B.E.S monster or big core is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, instead of summon B.E.S monster or big core from your deck. Not particularly exciting. But it just gives you one on the field, I guess, so sure. Alright, so this is also searchable now off of this card, obviously, because it mentions a Boss Rush. Holy stutter. It mentions Boss Rush, so you can search for this card, and it can add a B.S from your hand, or it can destroy stuff, and special summon machines. Alright. I think the main reason you want this is just for the search effect. The rest of it is kind of like, alright, sure. Alright, and finally, we have Vic Viper Type L. You can use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. At the start of the battle phase, okay, you can't take one of these effects. Special summon one machine monster from your hand. Send one level 4 alarm light machine monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is destroyed, you can target one light machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if its original attack is 1200 or less, it gains 1200 attack. Okay, so considering Boss Rush stops you from normal summoning, this is kind of funny. But the card itself seems really bad. The plus side is, it has that little bit of text at the bottom where if it's destroyed, it can revive stuff. So I guess the idea here is you could use something like this to destroy the monster in your hand, to then special summon something straight from the deck, I guess. And because this card, of course, is dumping to the graveyard, you could do something like activate this card's effect, dump cards to the graveyard, maybe another level 4, then you can use the effect of this card to pop this one to maybe special summon something from the deck, and this one revives from the graveyard, so you get 2 dudes on field, maybe make an Xyz or something with that. I'm not really, if that makes any sense. I think that kind of works. This card pops this one, this special summons something that was sent to grave by this, and this thing's effect summons something from the deck, so maybe make a Link monster or make some sort of Xyz monster out of that. And then combo that with just having this guy on field with just a big dude next to it with tokens on it. That's already a lot of disruption. It's very heavily reliant on this card sort of not being like negated or flipped or kaiju'd or something, so that's a little bit suspicious, but honestly, doesn't seem that bad. If the deck can just spam out summons like this, it should be pretty good. Now the main downside is we look at these cards and you're like, okay, these cards actually seem pretty good. These 3 here seem pretty insane. But the rest of the art type, like I mentioned, isn't very good. It's just sort of spam summons, so I'm not sure how this will do in Duel Links. It sort of just depends on whether or not they're going to give us some broken-ass skill that nets us so much resources we can just spam, flood the field with bullshit and just maybe play a billion different techs or something. It depends mostly on the skill how good this deck will be, but judging by the cards, there's some decent stuff here, so hopefully on the 25th we'll have something to work with, and yeah, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like the cards? Do you think the cards are going to be meta breakers or anything that's going to particularly impact the meta currently in Duel Links? Let me know your thoughts down below. Alright, laters.